Good morning, my beautiful people. How y'all doing this morning? Awesome, it's a beautiful day. Come on, let's go and win, everybody. Let's go and win as usual. All right, today we're going to talk about money. Money is a beautiful thing. Everybody needs money. Never mind those people who always talk about saying vanity upon vanity is vanity. Yeah, these are languages of people who have lost hope in life. Don't be part of that, okay? When you're in poverty, nobody bothers about telling you vanity upon vanity. You suffer poverty yourself by yourself and only yourself. But when you start making it, somebody who has lost hope from one corner will start telling you, what shall it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? Yeah, forgetting that if a man hasn't found what he would die for, he or she would die for, he's not fit to live. If you're not passionate about anything in life, you're just existing. You're not fit to live. Okay? So money is beautiful. Money answers all question. Money cancels insult. Anything you must do in life, you must try to be financially independent so that you can avoid fine barra, going to one corner to the other, people look at you with disdain, no respect because you've reduced yourself to a beggar before them, and you've sold your birthright. Okay, now let's look at three things you must do to recover financially. If, of course, a lot of people don't have respect for money, they don't have financial discipline, they don't have financial know-how, and that is why they often go broke. They come back again, they go broke, they come back again. Man, some people, they just fall broke and never come back, never recover from financial meltdown. So we're gonna look at three things you have to do, or you must do, or you should do if you really want to recover financially. Okay. Number one, you must understand that money is a current. Money flows. The fluidity of money makes it a variable. It's not fixed. So it moves. If you have money with you, it's either it goes in the right direction or it goes in the wrong direction. It's either you invest it properly for it to yield more money, or you just waste it or spend it lavishly, and it goes. So it's a current. It's not a constant thing. So money moves. Let me use the simple terms. It moves. So it's not something you just have to put in the bank. Some people who just touch money is the bank. They don't have business idea. That's why when you put your money in the bank will take your money and give it to somebody who has business idea, and that person will run with the money and make good profit, and give the bank some percentage of the profit, and they will give you a stipend from it. They just give you a little as your interest. So money is not meant to be touched in the bank. Money is meant to flow. It has to flow because it's the current, so it's not stagnant. So even if you keep money in the bank, so many factors will affect that money. The money will lose value. The a certain amount of money you left in the bank for 1 year, it has lost its value over a period of time. So money has to be rotating. It has to it has to flow. It has to be invested and reinvested for it to have value. That is why people who have business ideas they don't keep money stagnant, or rather they invest it in buying properties, or yeah, rather buying properties. Because if you say you're keeping your money in an interest yielding account, over a period of time, the interest that money will yield will not be commensurate to the value lost of that money. Yeah, because the money loses value over time, except it is properly invested. All right, so it's a flu. It's not a constant thing that it has to stay stagnant. It has to flow. So it's either you invest it properly, because let's say for example you have some cash with you. Yeah, this cash will not stay with you forever. It's either one problem or the other takes away the money from you, and the money is gone forever, or you invest that money, and the money will yield more money for you. So that is it when it comes to money being a current or a currency. So that word currency, from the word current, means it has to flow, it has to move, it mustn't be stagnant. Number two point, the second thing you must do if you need to recover financially from your financial ruin is you understand that money is a flow variable. We have when it comes to money, we have a stock variable and flow variable. You know, let me give an instance. If you got some money from inheritance or you sold a property, that money is a stock variable. It's not a flow variable. So your approach to that stock variable would differ from when the money is a flow variable. What is a flow variable? Probably you have an income. Sorry, you have a job and you're paid monthly, or you have a running business that gives you profit every now and then. It's a flow variable. So you can't compare a cash that is flow variable and that which is a stock variable. Some people will just probably you win a lottery and you think you've got all the money around with you. You just keep the money. You start spending the money, and nothing is coming in, because that money, that lottery you won, is a stock variable. No other money is coming in. The money is just a stock variable. It keeps diminishing. It keeps going. You keep spending it until the last cent is spent. But if you have an income, probably you have a work that you do every month, you get a salary or remuneration. That's a flow variable. So the approach is different. So some people they don't understand this fact. They'll just probably they got some money from an inheritance that was sold, and they think this money has come to stay, and they'll start spending it, not understanding that you're supposed to convert your stock variable to become a flow variable. You have an inheritance, cash from an inheritance. You're not supposed to sit on it and start spending it until the last cent. You're supposed to convert that stock variable into a flow variable. That's the mistake some people do. Like I've just given an example, somebody probably will just stumble into money. You're gifted with some cash, or you got some money from inheritance, or you did win a lottery, for example. That money is just a stock variable. So when you sit over that money, you spend it till it will get to the bottom of it, and the money will be spent. All will be spent. And that's why you see some people when they win a lottery, not minding the amount of money they win, it can be millions and all of that. After a while, they go broke. Isn't it amazing? Isn't that surprising? That after a while, probably 1 year or 2 years, somebody who won millions of money in lottery will just go broke, or somebody who got paid out on insurance, a huge amount of money on insurance, or whatever form of stock variable that comes your way. After certain period, like a year or two, you go broke again, because it's a stock variable. So your wisdom to be able to convert that stock variable to become a flow variable will give you a leverage on making that money to yield more money for you. Okay, that's number two. Number three, one of the reasons or how you can recover financially from your financial ruin to become financially stable or independent. Number three, OPM. You must apply the principle of OPM when it has to do with money. OPM, other people's money. Other people's money, it's you have to leverage on that. Let's say, for example, you're owing somebody, you're owing people, you're owing some people, or you're owing somebody, and you happen to sell a property. You don't just take all of that money to pay off your debt, and when you do so, you've paid up your debt. You'll still be broke. Perhaps you might not uh you might not pay all the debt you're owing. You're still owing some out of the debt, and you're broke. You don't have a cent with you. So the wisdom there is other people's money. OPM is you use that money, you turn over with that money, you do business with that money. If you have a business you're doing, you run business with that money. That money from the business you're running, you'll be making some profit. Now you now negotiate a payment plan on how you can settle off your debt that you owe. You pay an installment from the business you're running. You pay installment from the business you're running gradually until the debt is paid off. So it's not wisdom that you owe, and because you have so many pressures on you to pay off the debt, you just take all of the money and pay and say, I want to pay my debt. Some people do that. You say, I don't want to owe, I don't want to owe, I want to pay off my debt. These people, they trouble me so much, let me pay off my debt. Everybody's owing. Breaking news. Everybody owes. People owe. Nations owe. So who are you not to owe? Nations owe. So don't kill yourself because you're owing. Don't stuck yourself to death because you're owing. Don't strangle yourself because you owe. Just have a payment plan on how you're going to offset the amount you owe. So, like I said, somebody gives you some money, or you sold a property. You don't just say, okay, now I've sold my property, I've sold my car, I've sold my land. Let me just pay off my debt and be free. No, you pay off those debts. You might not. You may not be able to pay all of the money you owe. Now you've lost your land, you lost the cash you have in hand, and you're not done with paying those debts you owe. So the wisdom, like I said, you hold on to the money, you run business with the money, and you make more money. Then you can now gradually begin to pay your debt until you're able to pay off all of your debt. Or you're in business, you're running a business, you take some credit from there, you get some stock from this person, stock from that person. All you need to be is to be faithful, is to be committed, is to be dedicated in your business, and be truthful. As long as you're truthful in your business, people will trust you. Now you have this stock, you owe this person, you owe that person, you owe this person in the business, and you're overwhelmed by all of the credit you owe. What do? You don't just say, oh, let me pay off Mr. A, let me pay off Mr. B, and you just exhaust your merchandise, your stock you have in your disposal, at your disposal. You exhaust everything because you want to offset the people you owe. You want to pay them off. You just sell off everything you have in your inventory to pay off your debt. No, you still hold on to those merchandise. You turn it over, you turn it over, you turn it over, and gradually you pay off your debt in installment. All right, my people, I hope we've learned a little thing from this key nuggets that I've given us this morning. Now, if you like my post, if you like my video, just subscribe at my YouTube channel. I love you, True Talk, on my YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and drop some comments. I'll be on your path again. Before then, stay blessed. One love. Cheers.